In this video, I'm sharing with you why writing a book is personal development. Hi, I'm Ashley Mansour, and I help coaches, speakers, and experts write their books in as little as 40 hours and become best-selling authors. Now, if that sounds cool to you and you're an aspiring author, well, you're in the right place, so stick around and let's get into it. I want to talk about the personal development part of this because, many people don't teach that writing a book is personal development. They think about it in many other ways, like the craft, the academic side, the intellectual side, but I just happen to think about it as a journey of personal development because that's what's really worked for me. And I also know that that's what's worked for so many of the authors that I've had the pleasure of coaching through the writing and publishing process. And so that's why I think it's important to talk about writing a book in a slightly different way. It's a little unconventional, but hey, if you've been watching me for a while, you probably know that not everything that I say is conventional writing advice. In fact, many of the times I'm going against the grain of what other people are saying, how they talk about books, how they relate to books. And so I want to give you another side of the coin, something that I hope will help inspire you as you venture on your journey. So let's get into it. 7 reasons why writing a book is personal development. And of course, at the end, I will share with you a few tips to get started with your book. And hopefully this will be helpful to you wherever you are in the journey of writing and publishing your book. So reason number 1, writing a book is challenging. And I'm sure you've already come to this conversation sort of knowing this in the back of your mind. Many people feel like this is going to be a challenge. Now, it can be a great big challenge. It can be a small challenge. It's a different type of challenge for different types of people with different backgrounds. But the reality is for every single person is a challenge. And I think the reason for that is if we actually ask the question, why is writing a book such a challenge in the first place? I think one of the main reasons is that we're really forced to think with clarity about what it is we're saying and who we're saying it to and why that message matters. So we're really having to drill down our clarity, get super, super crystal clear on the who, the what, and the why of what we are trying to say, of what our book actually is, okay? So I think that greater level of clarity is a challenge for people. A lot of people, when they come to the process, I think even of myself in my own books, I think about what is it I'm trying to say? What am I trying to bring this audience? What is the value? What's the unique argument? What can I say that's different to what has been said before? And so that push for clarity, that's part of the challenge, of course. But I think it really does speak to our desire to say something that is meaningful and to leave something in the world that will help other people and actually make a positive contribution overall. So I think that's a big part of the challenge as well. And, when it comes to things that are challenging, we ourselves have the opportunity to grow into the challenge, right? Instead of shrinking away from it, we have the opportunity to grow and we have the opportunity to change or transform with that challenge that we're presented with, right? And so often in life, when we are presented with a challenge and we don't take the opportunity to grow, that's where we're really not serving our own evolution, our own personal growth journey. So I think that being presented with a challenge like writing a book is something very finite about it. There's a start and there's an end. There's a physical, material thing that wants to get into the world, that feels like it needs to get into the world. And the end result, of course, is that physical product. So it has a very finite linear journey. And of course, to get to that point, you do need to push for clarity. You do need to understand the who, the what, the why. And you do need to actually show up to get it done. So we're going to talk about this as well in some of the upcoming things that I've got for you. So, in addition to number 1, it being challenging, I think, and of course, meeting that challenge head on, right, as we so often wish to do, the second piece that makes this a personal journey of self-development is that The book writing and publishing process is usually unknown to most people. Most people don't go into writing a book knowing the step-by-step, the play-by-play. They don't go in with extreme clarity. They don't really go in understanding what's waiting for them when it comes to publishing or marketing and launch. And so the fact that it is a little invisible, it is a little bit murky, makes it an additional journey of growth. When we're faced with the unknown, that can be very scary for folks. When we're faced with something that's new, that feels uncomfortable, we're pushed outside our own expectations, our own comfort level, that's where we get into this kind of fear and the fight, flight, or freeze response. And so many people start out in that place where they feel frozen. They feel stuck. They feel like, I've got all of this to say. I know my topic. I'm an expert. I know my thing so well. Why can't I just get out of my head and just start writing it down? Why am I stuck? And I really think that a lot of that is to do with the fact that it's unknown. We don't know what comes next. Folks really get confused about things like editing, what editors even do, how publishing works, how they're going to publish, how they're going to market their books, and all these unanswered questions. This big bundle of the unknown leaves you in a state of feeling like you're stuck, you're frozen, you're paralyzed, right? And I've been there myself. And I think one of the ways through that is to face the unknown and realize you don't have to know every single thing that is coming down the pipeline. You don't have to understand the step-by-step, step 100, 150. You just have to know the first couple of steps, right? The first few things to be doing and focus on. And I think that is really helpful. If you can just put that aside for 1 second and realize that I'll get there, right? This can be for later. And right now, what I really want to focus on is where I'm at today and the best next thing that I can do for myself, my authorship, my goals, my business. This is what I want to focus on. So the unknown is scary. And ultimately, that is also why it's a very confronting journey, and it's absolutely a journey of personal development, because if you can develop yourself and your mindset to deal with the unknown with more comfort, with more ease, it's gonna help you move through the journey a lot faster and a lot easier. All right, so the third piece that I've got for you, the third reason why this is a journey of personal development, is that the book demands your best. And I know you know this intrinsically, like I know you feel it deep down. I know you recognize that you want to put a book out that is the best it can be. Nobody ever starts out saying, I want to write a really bad book. I want to write a book that nobody reads. I want to write a book that nobody cares about. Nobody sets off thinking those things. But in the back of your mind, I know that you also may worry that that's what's going to happen, that you're going to put all this time and effort into a book that kind of doesn't land where you want it to land. The quality isn't there, and all the effort is not going to be worth it. This is what a lot of people think. They know that to go into the process, it's going to demand my best. It's going to demand me to put forth an effort and draw out the best of me, the best of my ideas, the best of my perceptions, the best of my teachings and stories, my writing ability. Like, it's going to push me to be my best. So I want to give you, if I can, a little distinction that is helpful here, because often when we're a high performer, when we're somebody that likes to achieve, we like to succeed, sometimes it can feel like your best is never enough. And even when you're giving your best, you still worry, I'm behind, it's not enough, it won't be quality, people may not like it, right? We're still so hard on ourselves. So I want to give you a distinction to help you clear up some of that thinking and realize that yes, this is a personal growth journey, a personal development journey, but sometimes you have to relax a little bit and give yourself a break to recognize you're growing and you're getting there, right? It's not all about today, it's also about tomorrow.